Welcome to Idhar Udhar Ki Baatein.
A podcast that has something, nothing, and everything in between.
These are unfiltered and unscripted conversations between
Sam,
Ryan,
Rach.
who just want to talk.
but I don't know what to talk about.
Exactly.
Are we going to finally decide on a movie or not?
No.
Why? I mean, there are so many good movies that are coming up. I mean, like Mission Impossible hai. Then if
Dude,
you want to
Paddington's
watch... No, if you want to watch anime, Samantha, Shin-chan is coming out.
Okay.
I am not watching Shin-chan in the theatre. Dude.
What about a Hindi movie then? Bhool Chook Maaf is also coming.
Y'all are asking the wrong person. The only movie I'd probably even consider watching in the theatre is Final Destination.
Oh,
Which
yes!
I'm not very keen on watching, but I still, like, it's, that little curiosity. It's that.
Oh, I think it's the last Final Destination movie in the whole series.
There is no last and final destination.
No, they said this will be the
Yeah,
last
I think,
movie.
they have, but it's not named as Final Destination The Last or something. It's just called Bloodlines. And they're going to tie up all of the other 5 movies that they've released till date. And I am super excited because I have watched, like, all of them. And I made Sam watch all of them. So, ask Sam if she likes escalators. Ask.
I am terrified of them. So if I'm going on an escalator and like I have shoelaces on, I will tuck it inside my shoes. Or if I'm wearing like a dress, if it's a longer dress, I'll make sure it's like inside and like it's nowhere. I'll stand in the middle
Oh
of the
God,
escalator.
have you given her a phobia or something at this point?
It's not a phobia. I'm just like, because this thing has actually happened in reality. Like I've heard stories of things getting stuck in the escalators, and I remember the shoe twisting, the person's leg twisting, and this Final Destination, and I was like,
Oh, by the way. So there is in Raghulila Mall, right, at Kandivali, there is this one escalator that is perpetually not working. So it's now opened, okay? So you can see the inner mechanics of the escalator. Whenever I'm at Raghulila, I have to send picture of the escalator to Sam, because then she's like, can you please not? Yeah, can you please like not?
I've heard so many escalator horror stories after Final Destination that I'm like...
But dude, at this point, you should not even be going near cars at that.
Bro, so if there is a truck, the other day I think we were coming back from somewhere and there was this truck carrying I think like steel bars or something, those really long as bars, and Sam and I both instinctively
went behind.
Yeah, we went in the opposite direction because Final Destination has scarred you so much about it.
No, literally. So, and the thing is, we had a Doom Machale type of a rickshaw driver. Okay, so by that I mean he was speeding up, okay? And this truck was right next to us, and we both instinctively just caught one another and went a little back. And we just looked at one another and we were like, yeah, we're thinking the same thing.
So whenever we are passing by or whenever we are in a rickshaw that it's going like too fast, I have to do the Doom music. I have to do it. And then I did it at that time and it was hilarious because, bro, we were like so close to that truck. I mean, if the rickshaw guy would have not had, I don't know, physics were not at play or gravity was not at play, no, the steel bars, Sam and I would have all just been one. Literally. He was going that fast.
Sam and Rachel Shish Kebabs.
Bro, yes, it would have been. But I am kind of very excited to watch Final Destination. I actually forgot about it.
Should we do a marathon of all the Final Destinations before we go?
We've already done that, no.
Yes, we should.
No.
We should,
right?
We should. I love Final Destination.
See, I'm okay going and watching that one movie in the theatre.
As standalone. Sam is waiting to unlock new traumas.
I am waiting to just be done because this year there are so many new movies that are releasing, not with Final Destination. Even Verity is coming out. Okay, so Rach and I have read Verity and we really like it. There is this one particular part in the book which is eerie.
It's very eerie. Yeah.
It's not even freaky, it's not scary, it's eerie, and that's the best way I can describe it. And we felt that through the book. So imagine it in the movie, and that too it's Anne Hathaway and Dakota Johnson in it, so it's going to be brilliant.
Yeah, but I'm afraid the movie's kind of going to ruin the book partially.
Yeah, even I feel that, but then it's Anne Hathaway, so I'm like, you know what, I don't think she can ruin anything, so just let's go with that.
I'm also kind of excited for the Demon Slayer movie and How to Train Your Dragon.
And there's Attack on Titan coming up.
Yes.
Attack on Titan is not the movie, I think.
I don't want to watch the movie Attack on Titan.
No, I don't think it's a... No, it's an anime movie only.
But still,
I don't think it's
like
a
filler?
No, I don't think it's a movie. I think it's the next... Like, what happens next, I think. I don't know.
Okay, so I haven't watched AOT yet. I am
so do not give her any spoilers.
Yeah, but, like, please, let's not go for that. Because if it's bad, it's going to ruin the entire series for me.
First of all, I am going for it.
Hilarious.
Me and my other friend, we've already decided that we're going to be watching it together. Because we
go for it, I am going for Minecraft.
Oh,
I've
but you know,
not
I'm actually kind of excited for this year movie-wise because honestly, I think in the last 2-3 years, Bollywood, Hollywood, everyone is just kind of like let me down movies-wise. I mean, there are no good movies coming out. Like they're literally re-releasing the older movies that are there, and those movies, like I think they just okay. So I might be a little hypocrite for this, but when Tumbad had first
Oh,
come
yeah,
out,
I thought it was the same
I
movie.
did not watch it at that time. Okay, have you seen Tumbad?
No.
Oh,
It's
amazing movie, okay, amazing. And when it re-released, right, and I watched it and I was like, damn,
It's really good.
why did I not see this the first time around? I mean, at least the movies that were less critically acclaimed are getting a chance to go out on that, you know, platform again. But I feel all the other movies that are coming out, right, they're not up to the mark. They're not hitting the right spot. I feel like even the trailers are not that great.
Yeah, because for the simple reason, if you just republish, the flops, so the ones that didn't make money, why are people going to go for it? There are so many
No,
good
no,
movies
no.
that were there that the kids don't know about.
No, I'm not talking about the re-releasing bit. I'm talking about them making new movies. Like, they don't even make good rom-coms and all anymore. Like, Jaane To Ya Jaane Na.
Yeah.
Or...
Jonathan is cliche as hell, but
yeah.
we really enjoy it.
And, you know, like, I hate love stories. And
Yeah.
they are cliche movies.
The
yes.
thing is, they own that. The thing is that today's rom-com movies, right? They try to be cute and they try to be not rom-com and like try to be different, but they're
Yeah.
literally just rom-com movies, just trying to be wannabes. They're
It's-
wannabe rom-com movies.
It's like those Christmas movies, okay? You know, a Christmas movie is a good Christmas movie, you know, when the main character doesn't like Christmas, the main character apparently just has to go to her hometown again or has to go to his hometown again, and they meet an ex-lover and they fall in love, and there's this whole bunch of cliche things happening. Okay, it is cringe, but it is good. I
How do you bring romance into a Christmas movie?
Bro.
You say Christmas movie, the only thing I can think about is Home Alone.
No. When you same. Even I thought only of Home Alone.
Okay, let
Or
me
Die Hard.
rephrase.
Or Die Hard.
No. I've never seen Die Hard, by the
Even
way.
I.
Dude, you should. 1, 2, yes. 3, 4 is eh.
Jake Peralta would not agree with you. He was a die-hard fan.
I know, you're talking about a Brooklyn Nine-Nine fan here.
Bro, same. High five.
High five. Though I love Big Bang Theory more.
Hey.
Yay. Okay. Samantha, do we love anything more?
Modern Family.
Yay.
So I am not someone who would like anything above Big Bang Theory, but Modern Family is just so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Let me take a guess. If you like Modern Family, you like Schitt's Creek too.
No, I'm not.
She's not seen Schitt's Creek, dude. I have been trying to tell her from so long. Okay. Good Place, Schitt's Creek, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and Modern Family. Then there's How I Met Your Mother. I really love these series. I also like The Office. The Office, although it's not very... like people would find the humor very...
No, The Office
on
season
point.
1 and 2. If you can get past season 1
Yes,
and 2,
then it's
then you
good.
enjoy.
Then it's good
But
because...
you have got to push yourself to season 1 and 2.
Bro, I tried to watch The Office like 3 to 4 times because I just couldn't get past season 1. I was like, this humor is so crass. This humor is crass. This humor is dry, and I'm like, who the heck is relating to this humor? But then I was like, you know what? Everybody's raving about it. There has to be something, right? And then it just grows on you. And I also started watching Parks and Rec.
I have started, I think it's the same as Office.
It's the
You've
same
got to
format.
get past the 1 and 2.
Yeah, I for some reason I just cannot. I need like some really
I know.
divine intervention to get me past season 1. But you know, there are some series that I watch that I just finished season 1 like...
Oh, they're just like you want to see what
like
happens
Stranger
next.
Things. Stranger Things was like so
I rewatched
good.
Stranger Things. It was so good.
Yeah.
But is there a fun once you know what's coming up next?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Especially if you can't really remember what all
Yeah.
happens, which is Sam
Which is
generally.
me. I don't remember, and then suddenly I'm like, oh wait, I think this happens, and there was this one thing in season 2 that happens, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot about it, and I got super excited about it all over again.
Hilarious. But yeah.
Yeah, but you know, with Stranger Things, right? So I was talking to Rach that day and telling her how good the show is and this and that, and how good the storyline is and everything, because I recently seen the theater this of it, like the BTS of the theater.
What's
So-
BTS?
behind the scenes.
Oh.
So basically, there was a behind the scenes of a theater version of Stranger Things, but of Hopper and Joyce and their story. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really like I've not seen the theater, like the play, but I've seen the behind the scenes. It was really good. Like literally till the last minute, they kept rewriting it. So the writer of Stranger Things was the same writer who wrote the theater, and to see how theater actors kept writing and getting things on the spot, it was just brilliant.
How is that fun for anybody to watch?
I like watching behind the scenes.
I also love.
I
Have
like
you not?
bloopers. But
No,
behind the
I-
scenes mein kya point hai?
No, because so coming from that creative background, right? I was very interested in knowing how does theater happen, because recording a show, for example, even Adolescence, it is a whole different ball game, right? That was like a one take thing. Like each episode was shot in one take.
What?
Yeah, Adolescence, the whole episode was shot in one take. So if you see,
I've heard like some really good reviews of it.
only episode 3 is really good. Episode 4 is very boring because it's just talking about the parents. So episode 4 was very boring, but I spoke to my friend who's in the UK, right? She said that it is very real, like the way they've portrayed the character or the way they've showed the schools in the UK are very real. And I was like, if that is true, it's really shit.
Wait, the schools or the UK life?
I think
As a
both
whole,
of them.
both of them, because we constantly talk about bullying, right? We spoke in the last episode and all. Also, it's like to another level over there, and it scares me. Even when I see some of these shows and all, right? So many of these American
Yeah.
shows that we watch, and we see even how Sheldon has been bullied, how all of them have been bullied. They've been put into lockers, and I was like, I don't feel like using the word bullying makes sense for us because they have been bullied to the next level.
Yeah, but
So-
you can't really compare.
No,
your-
not comparing,
I mean,
but I'm just saying. So yeah, these shows are very interesting for me. So I saw this one video where this person brings out like is nitpicking about Stranger Things, and I was like, I didn't even think of these things, and then I realized I'm one of those people who just watches it for the sake of watching, and I don't give two shits about like anything else. I
So-
understand the good storyline and everything, but otherwise I'm like, eh.
So I have Brooklyn Nine-Nine is my comfort show. Okay, if I have nothing else to do in life and I'm feeling sad, I will watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I
Oh,
know
I
the
cannot.
episodes. Like I know the episodes. So now when I watch, right? So generally when you're watching an episode, you look at the main character first. Okay, you don't generally see what is happening out in the background and all of that.
I'm going to conflict that. I'm going to be like, Terry comes on screen, I'm like, Terry is the main character here.
Terry is just a main character.
Everywhere. Terry comes on
Physically,
screen, it's Terry.
emotionally, mentally, he's just bro. That scene where he's the captain for like 2-3 days,
Oh,
and he closes the
God.
door, and the whole door and everything shatters, and I'm just like, that is hilarious. Also, whenever I see Terry Crews, I always remember that song, and I need you, and I miss you. Have you not seen that?
No.
Oh my
How
god!
have I not seen this?
Oh, okay. No. It's not on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I think it's a movie, and where he's like, and I need you, and I miss you. Oh my god. Okay, wait. After we finish recording
Yeah,
this,
we're
I
gonna
have to
see
show
that.
that to you. I have
Dude,
to.
that and Rosa.
Have you heard Rosa in real life?
I have,
Bro.
and I lost my mind.
So Rosa in Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Rosa in Encanto are two different Rosas completely. I was like, what?
Dude, you should see her in the movie.
Which one?
I forgot the name. It's a Spanish movie. I just had
Oh
it.
wait, I know. She does this whole musical number.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
It's about the streets of this thing.
Yes, I know.
I forgot the name.
I know. Bro, you have to see Rosa because she
I've
is
seen.
just epic.
I'm not talking about just the video where she dances. I'm talking about the whole movie.
You
Not
should
the
see
movie,
the
but
way
yeah.
she switches her voice. I mean, she did it on one of the late night shows, and I was like, damn, girl, damn.
Okay, I'd not watch interviews. I'd not watch the late night show.
Oh, bro, I will show you that too then. I'm just going to show you a lot of things. But you know what, Sam? I do not think we can go out for a movie that is like 2.5 hours long. Because we'll have to leave Mischief all alone. And he's
And it's not just gonna be just the movie. It's gonna be us eating something. doing
yeah,
some
and then it's
shenanigans
gonna.
after it.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna. I think it's like a minimum 5 to 6 hour affair.
Yeah.
And leaving him alone at home.
Why not keep him in a kennel?
No. He's
Okay, easy there. Easy.
He's a big ball of
Anxiety.
anxiety. Yeah.
You know, when I see him, that song goes, it's my anxiety, para.
Yeah.
You sing that, I can only imagine you singing that now.
Hilarious.
I mean,
But
he
no,
does go after me.
he oh, okay, Samantha. No. But he gets so anxious sometimes. Like if he's in the house and we're standing in the veranda, he just howls. He howls like as if he's been alone for like 5 hours. I'm like, bro, calm down. Literally calm down. Sam is right. he is gone on Sam. Sam is another ball of anxiety.
Not all the time. He's all the time. Like if I leave this room right now and he doesn't know why, or if I don't tell him that I am coming back,
Yeah.
he will start barking. Like
Yeah.
barking to the level. So when we had gone to Ahmedabad for like 3 days, we had kept him not in the kennel. It was in this person's house. Okay, so because we don't like kennels, we've kept them in a kennel before. Don't like it as much. Plus, Kurama's we just adopted him, right? Didn't want him to feel like we're leaving him. So we left Mischief. He barked so much for the first few hours that that guy was like, "How am I going to do this?"
Yeah.
And we're like, "Bro, you should know. Like, you keep dogs often, right?"
You don't mind
And-
him being tranked, right?
Huh?
Oh, no, well, I will beat you.
What?
I will pummel you. No.
It doesn't hurt.
Tranquilize the dog. Like,
Pagal hai.
no.
Are?
I'll
Okay, I
tranquilize
don't
you.
get it why, it's okay when you talk about animals being tranquilized, and if it's a person, you'll be like, oh my god, no, that's
Oh
something
god,
so
no.
bad.
I'm like trackless human being running away. Why not?
I don't
You
want to
need
be
to calm
friends
down.
with Ryan anymore. I really don't.
You're not either ways.
Okay, moving on. So yeah, he gets very anxious when, anything like this happens. So he's just a ball of anxiety.
Yeah, he is. Like, we've even tried getting this anxiety calming spray from the vet and all, which kind of
It
works to a certain extent. But he it's like, Mischief is like that person who overthinks. Okay? So Mischief is like, and it's not like Mischief is 1 year old or 2 year old or 3 year. No, Mischief is like 12. He knows we are going, he knows we are coming back. He knows it. He knows it because we tell it to him, I will see you soon. And he understands it, okay? He's a dog that understands English and Konkani, by the way.
And that, you're calling up Damu.
Bro, every time I am on a call, okay, and if I like, this is me, if I just say, हाँ ठीक है, मैं आ रही हूँ, आप 2 मिनट रुकिए, he knows exactly that I have ordered food, and he will go wait at the door so that he can go bark at the delivery guy. And it's not just with food delivery, it's with anything. If I just have to pick up the phone, say hello, हाँ ठीक है, मैं आ रही हूँ, and he's like, activated, I am activated, and he will go towards the door and he'll be like, I'm ready to bark at whoever is at the door.
And then there is Kurama. Doesn't know why he's barking, doesn't know what ba. So that is how Kurama barks, because he's not developed a problem. Ba.
Oh, yeah, he barks very less, by the way. And the other day, I think Ria and I were really worried that he's not barking much. We're like, why aren't you barking? And then after that, something happened, and then and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is that? His bark is so flimsy, so whimsy.
Stop, you're getting him all the more embarrassed over here. Look at him right
He's
now.
fast asleep. He's dead to the
He's
world.
embarrassing himself.
I sometimes feel like both these dogs are taken after me. When I sleep, I'm dead to the world. When I'm anxious for everybody else in the world.
Yes.
That being said, they are smarter than you at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I will
and
not deny
so, did you know Sam has learnt a language constantly for 4 years?
that.
Company?
Five.
No, French. She's done French for 5 years.
Ooh.
Ask her something.
I cannot even, I can barely comprehend it and say it out properly.
Could you repeat
Whereas-
that in French?
No.
No, she cannot. She knows 2 sentences in
Je
French.
m'appelle Samantha, what?
And then I will say,
What's
Comment
the-
ça va?
Ça va très bien, merci.
Oh, okay.
That's the extent of her French language. I mean, wow.
It used to make me very anxious in school also, by the way. I think this is something that I've carried on from there. That I used to just get nervous because everybody else, for some reason, used to learn languages very fast. And I was like, what? Like, what is this word? And they were like, and we used to do word by word, okay, when I just started. So everyone has grasped it. Everybody's like, oh, like it's so easy. And I'm like, what? I'm barely coping up in English at this point. No, so this is the thing. When I was younger, I used to speak in Hindi. Then in school, everybody made fun of me, so I started talking in English. So I forgot Hindi and I started talking in English. So I was just developing on my
Didn't
English
you like
vocabulary.
have friends?
No. Sam will concentrate on one language, forget everything else.
Luckily now I have to switch between Hindi and English. So it's like my Hindi and English both are good, but even sometimes with my English vocab, I'll fumble a lot. Or like even during podcasts, if you see, I fumble a lot. It's because my brain thinks much faster than the words I can speak. Even in Hindi, even in English. So there are sometimes that the whole words will be in one word. Like whole sentences will be in one word. And Rach has to decode my verbal language apart from the
This
text.
is not just her talking verbally, by the way. She will do this brain fart nonsense on text as well, okay? Randomly, she'll send me a whole bunch of words that doesn't make sense together as a sentence. And I'm sitting there like, What the fuck are you trying to tell me, child?
Dude, I know you get anxious, but
Nope. Okay, guys, that's it. This is all we have for this podcast. And
No, wait.
tell us-
If you want to listen to Sam's anxiety, please let us know of the 1,000 ways she gets anxious in.
No, so let us know if you liked the movies, or what else are you looking forward to watching this year. We definitely want to read them in the comments below.